Hey guys, and welcome back. This is a long overdue video because I want to talk about that teaser of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I also want to talk about the synopsis for the premiere of the 7th and final season of the series. Now, the teaser didn't really give us much to warrant a video when it's released. The synopsis did give us a little bit more. Combined together, we can talk about a lot of stuff over here, warranting one full video, one dedicated video to Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. However, though, and before I get to that, because of the situation we are all in with COVID-19, I hope you're all safe and sound, all staying home if you've got to stay home, and all staying safe and healthy. But alright, before I get down to breaking down stuff, aka the teaser and the synopsis, let's first check out that teaser, and then start talking about it.
When he gets here, just count the dough. Let me do the talking.
You got it, boss.
You're early.
Who the hell are these guys?
You boys lost?
I'm a sentient Chronicom from the planet Chronica 2.
Good for you. Now beat it, before we make you freaks regret being born.
Chronicoms are not born.
Warning you. Last chance, pal. Take 'em, boys! What do you want?
Your face.
So you're saying to save S.H.I.E.L.D.
We have to save Hydra.
Okay, so I know what you're thinking here. It's not really a teaser, it's a 2-minute trailer. But then again, not really, because it's part sneak peek, part teaser, because most of the content that we also see on that part teaser was actually part of what we watched on the D23 Expo teaser reveal of Season 7. That, though, does not really negate the fact that there are some additional scenes, including the debut of Enver Yokai reprising his role as Daniel Soussa from Agent Carter, which is basically one big highlight of the season. Now, the still, though, of that scene does remind me of that scene halfway through Season 6, you know, when they made it back from the future, when they went out for the first time, all of them standing out there next to a building. That, in my opinion, does look a lot like it. Most of the characters as well on this teaser are in costume, reflecting the fact that they are in 1931 New York City. The trailer also promises a lot of firepower, a lot of action with LMD/Chronicom Coulson, with Melinda May, and with Daisy, and hopefully she's gonna be using her powers a lot more than on previous seasons. But here, though, is the major thing about this trailer. You know, Daisy's talking about saving S.H.I.E.L.D. at the very end of the trailer, but then Coulson responds, "We have to save Hydra." Now, I believe that this, in a way, is referencing one of the very first movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which happens to be Captain America, the First Avenger. I also think it's referencing the Agent Carter one-shot. I also think it's referencing the Agent Carter TV series, because when you think about it, in order to destroy S.H.I.E.L.D., easily destroy S.H.I.E.L.D., you've got to destroy Hydra. You've got to remove Hydra from the equation, and that way S.H.I.E.L.D. will never exist. One of the main motivations for the existence of S.H.I.E.L.D., for the creation of S.H.I.E.L.D., is the existence of Hydra. It all started with Red Skull, it all started with Hydra on Captain America, the First Avenger, and that's how you got to this point. It's basically like this. Why would any nation need an army if all nations around it, all nations all over the world are at peace, if all nations are playing well and playing nice with one another? Why would any given nation want to have a police force if they basically have no crime, if there is no crime all over the world? The idea of having a police force came from having crime. The idea of S.H.I.E.L.D. came from having Hydra. So what I think is going to happen this season is that the Chronicoms are going to infiltrate Hydra, And they're basically going to try to change history by changing Hydra, by trying to make sure that Hydra does not achieve what it wants to achieve, or does not become the organization that it does end up becoming, the arch enemy of S.H.I.E.L.D. and the reason that S.H.I.E.L.D. existed in the first place. Now, before jumping to talking the synopsis of the premiere of the season, I've gotta say, I'm really saddened the series is coming to an end. Okay, a little bit of a rant here. This series is so underrated. This series is one of the best Marvel productions. I think it actually matches up with a lot of Marvel movies out there. Not every single season, but some of the seasons. And I do hate that it didn't get enough recognition. This series did not continue to get reviews from the big outlets out there, from the big reviewers and YouTubers out there, and that also hurt it, because a lot of people who depend on those people for opinions didn't get those opinions. In the end, it was a view count game, and the lower the viewer count on YouTube videos, the more YouTubers are inclined not to review something anymore, or the more they are inclined to just review finales of seasons, because that draws bigger numbers in viewership. But let us not forget as well the other factor in this game, which is the feud between Marvel Television and Marvel Studios, all of which now and more is consolidated under the same umbrella, the Kevin Feige Marvel Studios umbrella, which I believe is both a good and a bad thing. More a bad thing than good, but nonetheless, it's both good and bad. It has its pros, it has its cons, but that though is something for another video. Apologize for the rant, and let us move on to the synopsis of the premiere. Okay, so the synopsis reads: Final season premiere. It's about ripples, not waves, in the time-twisting season 7 premiere of ABC's Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Wednesday, May 27. So pretty much this header of the synopsis, the ripples they are talking about is basically all about small changes that they are going to do to the timeline the Chronicoms are going to try to bring about within the timeline in order to change the future. They are not going to go for big changes. They're going to go for small ones, just enough in the aggregate to destroy Hydra, to stop Hydra, and as an outcome destroy S.H.I.E.L.D. Have S.H.I.E.L.D. never exist to start with. But here's a big one though, part of the header as well, that we've been waiting for a couple of seasons now. Patton Oswalt returns as guest star. So welcome back, Koenig brothers. Maybe this is gonna be an origin story for them, and I'm hoping here this is gonna be as fun as it's always been and as fun as I've always expected it to be. Now apparently as well, the header includes Darren Barnett guest stars. I think that's a big thing. I've not watched the series that everyone is referring to, never have I ever, so I'm not really sure how big this star is, how important or how good he is, but hopefully he's going to be one more good addition to the series. But here comes the body of the synopsis, and again it doesn't really add to the wealth of information that we do not have on Season 7. The title of the episode is going to be The New Deal, and I believe this refers to FDR's New Deal. We know that FDR is somehow, someway, going to be part of this season. But beyond the title, we've got a description. Coulson and the agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. are thrust backward in time and stranded in 1931 New York City. With the all-new Zephyr set to time jump at any moment, the team must hurry to find out exactly what happened. If they fail, it would mean disaster for the past, present, and future of the world on the rip-roaring season premiere of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Now there are a couple of issues that I've got with the wording of the synopsis. First of all, the synopsis starts by stating that they're stranded in 1931, and they're not really stranded if you're stating that the Zephyr is equipped to time jump and it could do it at any moment. But then again, if it's really programmed to do it at a certain point in time, we know Fitz is not with them. We know that Fitz is probably the one who worked it out, the one who programmed it, the one who fixed it. You know, I'm engineering, she's biochem. So it is possible that's the reason they use the word stranded. They're going to be able to move at a certain point in time, and that point in time is programmed into the Zephyr. So the movement through time is not going to be really easy for the team. They're not going to do it at will. Well, it's going to be at the will of the Zephyr, but not at their will. The other thing about this is that we are kind of assured over here that we're not going to be just saying that one time period. It is not just going to be 1931. There's going to be more to that. They're going to have to do more jumps in order to fix the past and hence save the future. Obviously as well, and while I expect there's going to be some kind of action on the premiere of the season, this episode is about introducing the whole premise of the season. So it's going to be about understanding the stakes, not just for us viewers, but also for Team S.H.I.E.L.D. And obviously from the synopsis, the stakes are not going to be about ripple effects through time that will affect Hydra and affect S.H.I.E.L.D., but also ones that will affect the present. How will that affect the present? I think it's all in the title. I'm just speculating here, but I think it's in the title, The New Deal. It's all about FDR. So maybe it's about his presidency, which is not until years later, but nonetheless, maybe it is about that. Maybe it's about killing him, getting rid of him early on, before he becomes president. It's all about changing something in 1931, something as simple as the life of one person that would in turn affect the entire future. And one other thing about this synopsis is that there was a rumor that Ian DeCasticar is returning this season as a guest star and only a guest star, that he's no longer a star on the show. Obviously, from the synopsis, his name is listed as part of the stars of the show, so it is actually possible that the rumor was completely false, that Ian DeCasticar is gonna be around for the entire season, or there is the scenario that we're gonna get something akin to his role on season 5. You know, we didn't see him on the first 4 episodes, but then on episode 5 he made a return and he was part of the main cast all along, even on the first 4 episodes. Now finally, taking a look at the guest starring list, Joel Stouffer is one of 2 important names on this list, aka Enoch, and the second one here happens to be Patton Oswalt, but we already talked about that. The other name that we were looking for is Enver Yokai, who doesn't seem to be part of the premiere of the season, so yeah, he's probably going to come in later on, and that is probably going to happen after the team makes a second or third time jump. That said though, and until we get more material or the premiere of the season airs, my work here is done, so let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this trailer or teaser, whatever you want to call it, what you thought of the synopsis, and what you think is going to happen over the course of season 7, and especially on the premiere. Let me know as well if you did like this video by dropping it one of those much appreciated likes, subscribing to this channel, and make sure while you're at it to enable notifications in order to get updates whenever I upload a new video, publish a new community post, or start a new live stream. But until the next time that you tune in for another one of my videos, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or otherwise, thank you so much for tuning in to this video. Stay safe and have a great day.